Okay, so this is the second part of the last topic, which is about electron transport chain. So we have discussed that in Krebs cycle, it produces three NADH, one FADH2, and one GTP. However, these two should be converted into ATP in your electron transport chain. So, in every one NADH, there is an estimated 3 ATP. If it is estimated, it's 3. But if it's exact value, it's 2.5. And in every one FADH2, it has 2 ATP. Pero the exact value is actually 1.5. Okay. Also, in your glycolysis, it produces 2 NADH. However, since si glycolysis nangyayari siya sa cytosol, your NADH should be shuttled inside the mitochondria. So, it has two pathways. Pwedeng shuttling using the malate, pwede din yung glycerol na shuttle. Depende yon kung glycerol or yung malate, your overall ATP could either be 30 or 32 ATP. Depende kung ano yung shuttle ng NADH na nasa glycolysis. Okay? So, what is actually an electron transport chain? It's a pathway through which your electrons and protons or hydrogen from NADH and FADH2 are used in order to produce ATP. So, dito sa part na to, ma-encounter na natin yung tinatawag na oxidative phosphorylation, which happens using the synthesis of ATP. O, itong pinakamalaking molecule dyan na si ATP synthase. Okay. So electrons are transferred from one complex to another and protons are transported into your intermembrane space. So we actually have four complex and one ATP synthase. So naka-embed siya dun sa matrix. Kung mapapansin, ito yan. If this is your mitochondrial matrix, ito yung inner membrane, nakaputrud siya palabas doon sa intermembrane space. Importante yung intermembrane space later. Okay? So you have four complex. Complex 1, this one. Complex 2, complex 3, complex 4, and the ATP synthase. Tandaan ha, the fixed complexes. When you say fixed, ito yung complex 1, 2, 3, 4, and even ATP synthase are fixed in position. But we have what we call mobile. Yung mga mobile, gumagalaw sila. Okay? Si CoQ, si ubiquinone, these are your mobile. You also have your cytochrome C, which is a mobile also. So, tatandaan na, ang mga fixed, apat, including also ATP synthase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and ATP synthase are fixed in position, naka-embed, whereas your CoQ or si ubiquinone and cytochrome C or site C ay gumagalaw. They are the mobile. Okay? Next, ano yung mga pangalan ng mga complexes natin? So, your complexes, complex 1 is called NADH coenzyme Q reductase. Yun yung una. Okay, si C-complex 1, ang pangalan niya ay NADH coenzyme Q reductase. Yung ikalawa, o yung complex 2, ang pangalan ay succinate coenzyme Q reductase. Yung pangatlo, coenzyme Q cytochrome C reductase. Yung pangapat ay si cytochrome C oxidase. Okay? Tatandaan na lahat yan naka-embed. And sa apat na yan, ang pinakamaliit, smallest, ay si complex 2. Okay, tatandaan na, si complex 2 lang ang hindi aabot sa intermembrane space. Sobrang liit niya. Hindi siya aabot. Hindi aabot sa intermembrane space. Okay? Next, your mobile electron carriers ay si CoQ, coenzyme Q, or ubiquinol ng tawag. Nandito siya sa taas ni complex 2, gumagalaw yan. And of course, between 3 and 4, nandiyan naman si cytochrome C. Yan si site C, tapos ito naman si CoQ. Okay, gumagalaw. Gumagalaw. Si CoQ nasa taas. Taas nito. Si site C nasa pagitan ng 3 and 4. Okay? So, let's check sino itong mga complexes na to. Okay, so your first complex is called NADH coenzyme Q reductase. So, complex 1 process the electrons and the protons of NADH. Tandaan, ang pumupunta sa complex 1 ay si NADH. Okay, tatandaan na, yung NADH natin na may dadalang-dala, tandaan na, NADH always meron siyang daladalang protons, and two electrons. Yung dala-dala ni NADH na two protons and two electrons will be processed by complex 1. And inside the complex 1, madami siyang laman. Meron yung halos 40. Yung laman niya, para yung train na nagpapasapasahan ng electrons. Okay, tandaan na, meron siyang train na kunwari, yung electrons sa dala-dala ni NADH, kukunin ni FMN, ipapasa kay FESP, papasa sa another FESP, until the last subunit. So, yun ang parang process inside the complex 1. Pasapasahan lang ng electrons inside the complex 1. So, yung mga trains o yung mga clusters or subunits inside can be flavine mononucleotide, FMN, and can also be other FESP or thus iron sulfur protein. So, sila yung nagpapasa-pasa na kinukuhang electrons doon sa NADH. And dun sa last subunit ng complex 1, for example, kung ito yung last subunit, tandaan na 40 ang subunit dyan. Doon sa last subunit, ipapasa niya yung electrons. For example, nakuha niya dito, 2 electrons. Ipapasa niya ngayon doon sa gumagalaw na mobile carrier. Okay, sino yung mobile carrier na yon? Hindi natin kita. Ito siya. So, meron na itong 2 electrons na dala-dala, ipapasa sa loob. Meron kang 40 subunits dyan na magpapasa ng 2 electrons. Then, yung pinaka-last subunit ay ipapasa yung electrons dito sa CoQ. Again, si CoQ ay gumagalaw. So, siya ang didikit. Didikit siya dito. Pag nakuha niya na yung 2 electrons, gagalaw na siya. Okay? So, didiretso siya ng complex 3. Tandaan na, after ni complex 1, yung 2 electrons dyan, ipapasa kay CoQ at dadali ni CoQ papuntang complex 3. Okay? Next, dadalhin niya yan papunta kay site C, papunta sa last na complex 4. Okay? Tandaan, if ang NADH nag-submit ng 2 electron sa complex 1, dadaan yung 40 na subunits nun. Then, si CoQ kukunin yung dalawang electrons, papasa sa complex 3, kukunin ni site C, si site C gumagalaw ulit, then ipapasa ni site C kay complex 4. So, yun ang pathway ng electrons na sinasubmit ng NADH. Next, we have another which is N complex 2. Your complex 2 is called succinate coenzyme Q reductase. Ang pinaprocess ng complex 2 ay yung mga electrons and protons na dala-dala ng FADH2 o ni FADH2. Sa loob ng FADH2, meron niyang apat lang na subunit. So, meron itong 1, 2, 3, 4. Apat na subunit na magpapasapasahan ng dalawang electrons na sinabit ni FADH2. So, after ng complex 2, ipapasa, kukunin ngayon ni another coenzyme Q, ni CoQ. Ipapasa niya sa complex 3. Papasa niya kay site C, ipapasa niya din kay complex 4. So, ganon ang pathway ng FADH2. Tatandaan niya na. On, try natin ulit. Burahin ko to. Way. NADH, C1, CoQ, Q, si complex 3, site C, then complex 4. Okay? Next, FADH2 will submit the two electrons in complex 2. Then CoQ or ubiquinone will get it. Then complex 3 again, site C, then complex 4. So again, complex 2, CoQ, site complex 3, site C, then complex 4. Okay, so parang trend lang yan ng pasapasahan ng electrons. Sa pinagkaiba lang, your NADH submits the two electrons in complex 1, your FADH2 submits the two electrons in complex 2. So this one, your complex 3, it's also stationary. It also have different subunits. It has iron sulfur clusters. It also has a cytochrome B, another iron clusters, and cytochrome C. Before site C, the mobile site C will get the two electrons. So complex 4, the electrons will be passed by the mobile site C, then the electrons will enter with 13 subunits inside, so including the cytochrome A, cytochrome A3, and so on. So your final electron acceptor is the oxygen. Tatandaan na, the final electron acceptor is the oxygen gas. So, the two electrons will be received by the oxygen atom or the oxygen gas. And every four electrons and four protons that it accepts, it will convert it into two water molecules. So, ang main goal ng electron transfer, tatandaan na, ang main goal of your electron transfer is to produce two water molecules. And your two water molecules can only be produced in the ETC if four electrons will be accepted by your oxygen gas. So here dito sa ating pinaka flow, ang final electron acceptor ay si oxygen gas. Okay? So, ayun lang for this part. So, in terms of electron transfer, tandaan, NADH starts with complex 1, received by ubiquinone or the coenzyme Q. received by complex 3, received by cytochrome C, received by complex 4, then 2 electrons received by the oxygen gas. Next, FADH2 received by complex 2, received by cubiquinone again, received by complex 3, received by site C, received by complex 4, and received again by oxygen gas. And every 4 electrons it received and 4 protons, it releases 2 water molecules. So this is by in terms of electrons. Remember, class, your NADH and FADH2, hindi lang electrons ang daladala niyan. Ano pa ang daladala ng electrons? May daladala din niyang hydrogen. So meaning, while your electrons are transferred for each of the complexes, your protons na dala-dala ng NADH, dito ang NADH, and your FADH2 will also be transferred outside the intermembrane space. So every time your NADH releases the two electrons here, the mag-flow dito sa mga complexes natin. And every two electrons, it will releases the protons. So dahil your complex 1, 3, and 4 is protrude or nakalabas sa intermembrane space, sila lang ang may kakayahang maglabas ng protons. So, meaning, complex 2 cannot release the protons or the hydrogen. Eh, ma'am, paano naman i-release yung hydrogen na daladala ni FADH2? Remember, you have your ubiquinone here, di ba? So, meaning, while transferring the two electrons in your ubiquinone here, it also transfer the protons. So your protons will delivered and the electrons at the same time here in complex 3. Okay? Then you have to remember complex 1 can release 4, complex 3 can release 4, complex 4 can release 2. Okay? Okay. So, your hydrogen or your proton in the intermembrane space are needed by your last complex. So, this is actually also called as the fifth complex, which is the ATP synthase. So, ATP synthase is where the production of the ATP happens. So, ATP synthase has two parts. F1 protrudes in the cytoplasm, which it has an alpha and beta subunits. Ito yung F1. It also have the F0, which is embedded. This is the F0 part, which is embedded in the intermembrane space. So, in ATP synthase, it needs 3 protons to convert 1 ATP. You need 3 protons or hydrogen to convert into 1 molecule of ATP. So, dito, so as you can see here, every time the NADH releases its electron, it also releases the proton in the intermembrane space. Same as well with FADH2. Then, every time the protons in the matrix, so as you can see, protons processed by ATP synthase in every three, your ADP and an inorganic phosphate is converted to 1 ATP. Okay, so this is the all overview. So, while as your electrons passes through with your complex, FADH2 electrons transfers through the complex also. And every four protons and four electrons, it produces two water molecules. Your protons also is released in your intermembrane space. So, apat here, apat dito sa complex 3, dalawa sa complex 2. And if there is already a build-up of proton in the intermembrane space, it will be processed by your ATP synthase in every 3. Here, in every 3 protons, your ADP will be converted. ADP plus PI will be converted into 1 ATP. So we also have a shuttle mechanism. So we recall that in one glucose, if it undergoes glycolysis, and if it undergoes Krebs, remember in glycolysis it produces 2 ATP, 2 NADH, and 2 pyruvate. And si 2 pyruvate is equivalent to 2 acetyl-CoA. And every acetyl-CoA, it is equivalent to 12 ATP in Krebs cycle. Bakit? Kasi 3 NADH, 2 FADH2, and 1 GTP. So, sa Krebs, meron ka ng times 1 acetyl times 2. So, 24. So, 24 ATP sa Krebs, dalawang ATP sa glycolysis. Overall, that is 26 ATP. However, kasi in glycolysis, you still have NADH. Depende sa shuttle yan, kung magiging 30 ATP or 32 ATP. Check natin. 2 NADH, meron ka sa glycolysis. Pero dahil nangyari yan sa cytosol, kailangan ipasok yung NADH sa mitochondria. It has two shuttle mechanism. So, first shuttle mechanism is the glycerol phosphate shuttle. Again, ang main goal, ma-shuttle mo yung NADH sa glycolysis na nasa cytosol papasok ng mitochondria. Okay? So, this is actually observed in mammalian muscles and brain. So, glycerol phosphate shuttle. Ang NADH, yung dalawang electrons ng NADH sa glycolysis na nasa cytosol, ay ipapasa, dadala ni glycerol phosphate. Papasok ng mitochondria. Ganun lang natin siya kasimple i-discuss. Next, once it glycerol phosphate enters the mitochondria, the electrons and the two uh, hydrogens in your glycerol phosphate will be catalyzed by the enzyme glycerol phosphate dehydrogenase. DH enzyme yan, so it's a redox reaction. Pero ang coenzyme na magkukuha ng hydrogen at ng electrons ay si FAD. So, FAD. So, dalawang electrons kukunin niya at dalawang hydrogen, kaya it also produces FADH2. Again, it's a FAD. Si FAD ang nag-process para makuha yung dalawang electrons and two hydrogen. At equivalent ng FAD, di ba, si FADH2 ay equivalent sa exact value of 1.5 or 2 ATP. Okay, tatandaan. 2 ATP. Ngayon, ilan ba yung NADH glycolysis? Dalawa, diba? Dalawa yung NADH glycolysis. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang beses. Dalawang beses ha. Yung first NADH ng electrons na kinuha ni glycerol phosphate kay isang NADH na pumasok na si glycerol sa site sa mitochondria, pinasa siya ng isang FAD at naging isang FADH2. Ngayon, may isa ka pang NADH na ipaprocess ulit ni glycerol phosphate at papasok ng mitochondria. And another FAD ang gagamitin para makuha yung dalawang electrons at dalawang protons. So, dalawang FAD H2 ang ginamit kapag glycerol phosphate shuttle. At ang isang FAD ay equivalent sa 2 ATP. So, ibig sabihin, kapag glycerol phosphate shuttle ang ginamit para doon sa dalawang NADH at FAD ang ginamit sa loob ng mitochondria, it is equivalent to 4 ATP. So, again ha, pag ang shuttle ay glycerol phosphate, it is equivalent to 4 ATP. Overall, ang isang glucose na shuttled by glycerol phosphate, glycolysis Krebs, then shuttled by glycerol phosphate, ang equivalent ay 30 ATP. But, if ang shuttle ng NADH natin sa glycolysis ay ang gagamitin ay malate aspartate shuttle, ibang usapan yan. Ibang computations din yan. Usually, nangyayari yung ganitong type of shuttle sa kidney, liver, and heart. Tatandaan na, malate, kidney, liver, and heart, glycerophosphate, muscle, and brain. Okay? Ang shuttling ng NADH ng glycolysis papasok ng mitochondria ay gagamit ng malate aspartate. So, dito, dala-dala ng malate yung kukunin yung electrons na permeable, kayang pumasok ng mitochondria. Then, para mailabas yung dala-dala niyang electrons, it will be processed by the enzyme mitochondrial malate dehydrogenase. Again, this is also a redox reaction. And ang coenzyme dyan para mapalabas ay si NAD+. So, siya ang kukuha na dala-dala na proton and electrons ni malate, then it will produce the NADH. Again, ang isang NADH ay equivalent sa estimated 3 ATP pero ang exact ay 2.5. So again, dahil dalawa yung NADH na nasa glycolysis na hindi makapasok ng mitochondria, na bibit-bitin yung electrons niya ni malate at ipaprocess ulit again ng NAD plus para maging NADH palabas. So, dalawang beses. So, 3 ATP. So, in total, ang shuttle ng isang malate ay 6 na ATP. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ang glucose ay pinases sa kidney, liver, and heart, so it's a malate version, yung 24 mo, yung 2 ATP, so 26, 'di ba? Plus, yung 6, kasi nga malate shuttle siya, malate shuttle, malate aspartate shuttle. So, it's a total of, overall, 32 ATP. Tatandaan ha, ibang process ng isang glucose na nangyayari sa muscle. Okay, kasi ang shuttle niya ay glycerol phosphate. Iba din ang shuttling kapag ang glucose ay pinrocess sa kidney, liver, or sa heart. Tatandaan niya na. Okay. So overall, there is a 30 ATP kapag glycerol phosphate shuttle. There's overall 32 kapag malate aspartate shuttle. Kunwari, for example, sige, let's have liver. Let's have heart. And liver, brain. Gawin natin tong 2 glucose. 2 glucose din to. Of course, pareho din naman niya mag-glycolysis. Pareho din niya Krebs. Okay, try natin. Yung dalawang glucose sa liver and brain, pareho din naman silang maglalabas ng, sige, Apat na ATP, tapos apat na ATP, pareho din silang merong apat na NADH galing glycolysis, apat na NADH galing glycolysis. Tapos, pagdating ng grabs, dahil apat din yung pyruvate nila, so apat na pyruvate, equivalent yan sa apat na acetyl-CoA. At you all know, ang apat na acetyl-CoA should be times 12. So, times 12, so equals 12, 24, 36, 36, 48. Meron kang 48 ATP dito. Ito din, 48 ATP. Try na natin. Compute mo muna lahat ng ATP. 48 galing sa Krebs. Apat galing sa glycolysis, 4. So, glycolysis, ilan na to? 12, 52, 52. Okay, next. Yung liver mo ay magmamalit. Si liver ay magmamalit. Si brain ay mag-glycerol shuttle. So, dahil si liver, sige, liver, ito ay brain. So, meron siyang apat na NADH from glycolysis. So, for NADH, magiging malit ha, magiging equivalent to sa apat na NADH nga din. Okay? So, times 3, 4, 8, 12. So, 12 to. Overall, ang ATP nito ay 64. Ito naman, dahil siya ay glycerol, si brain ay glycerol shuttle, yung apat na NADH niya will be converted sa apat na FADH2. So, dahil apat yung FADH2 mo, hindi ko masulatan, so, 4 times 2. Ito lang. So, equals 8. So, plus 8 dito. Ito ay 60 ATP. Okay? So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Sa brain, it's a glycerol shuttle. Pag naman sa liver, it's a malate shuttle. Kaya, yung 2-glucose na liver is equivalent sa 64 ATP. Sa brain, it's 60 ATP. Okay? So this is the overall view, starting from glycolysis until to the electron transport chain. And this is the last part of the discussion. Okay?